Matter of fact, you can go back 30 years ago, and you will hear pretty much the same thing and the same theme in the sermons that I taught then as I do now. Now, the difference is, if you go back 30 years ago, I sound like a NASCAR driver. So I've tried to work on that a little bit. Words like, I remember when our children were little, Beth and I worked on this. It was actually her idea. Thank you, Jesus. Have a good wife. But, you grow up in the South, and it's not that we're dumb. It's just we have lazy speech. We just, our speech is lazy. And so, we say things like light, night, right, and bright. And Beth, she said, we don't need our children growing up talking that way. And I said, you're exactly right. I think we probably ought to pray that they don't grow up like that. And she said, I think we probably ought to set the example for them. And I thought, well, all things are possible to him that believes. It's going to be tough. So we started checking each other. Now, I think she enjoyed it far more than I did, her correcting me. So you go from saying light, night, right, and bright to light, night, right, and bright. And you say, corner instead of coner. There's an R in there. There's just things like that. And so, if you go back and listen to 30, the scripture is going to be the same, but, I kind of sound like I'm a commentator for a NASCAR event. Okay.